And in 1822 it became a subscription library. And notable members of the library include the mathematician George Green. And there's a tradition that George Green laid down this meridian line with the aim of determining local noon. And this meridian line was covered up for over 110 years by a linoleum floor and wasn't completely uncovered until 2004. So everyone completely forgot that it existed. No one knew it was there until someone pulled up the carpet and thought, what's this weird line on the floor? And so they got the British Sundial Association in to come and have a look. So we think that the meridian was laid, we know that the meridian as it is now was laid down in 1834 because we have some notes from the records of the library. But we know that it must have been tested before this because you can't just screw down a brass line and hope that it's going to work. It's really hard to move it if it is wrong. So we think it might have been laid down in wood or drawn on the carpet in pencil before that and tested for years. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how it works. So a meridian line is a device to find local solar noon. So you find the exact midpoint of the day using this thing. So you install an aperture directly above a line orientated north-south, and at local noon the circle cast by the aperture crosses the line. I can actually have a little model, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to show everyone at the same time, so if anyone wants to see it, I can show you with my little model and a torch. And it is really exciting, I promise. It's to scale, so it took me a long time. But if you record the position of the circle at mean noon every day, you can trace out a shape called an analemma, which is a figure of 8, and that figure of 8, if you plot it on a graph, is an equation of time. And we have the original plots of the equation of time from 1834-ish from the records of the library, so it's brilliant. And as a result of the meridian being there, you can determine local time, average local time, which is the difference over the year. As I'll be able to show you in a minute, the position of the sun changes throughout the year along the length of the line. So obviously in winter, shadows are much longer because the sun appears to be at a lower angle to us. So the line actually continues into a cupboard, an upper wall. So you can see the line on the wall over the winter. At the moment, it's actually really nice and in the middle, and I've built them towards the bottom, and it's really obvious to members. I actually managed to collect a load of members on the day of the solstice and took them all in there. I've never seen it before, and I was like, okay, I'll show you, I'll come and get you at 1:10 and show you this thing. And they all stood there and watched it go over, and they went, oh, I thought something exciting would happen. And I was like, well, if sparks flew, you'd noticed it by now. But the members are all really excited about the science. So we've currently at the moment installed a camera on top of the bookshelf, and that looks down and records all the time, well, for 2 hours a day. And as long as there's really good weather, I can have some photos. So recently, with the rain, means that it's not always going to plan, but that's okay, that's just astronomy. The aim of this is that I'm calibrating all of the images that I'm getting and analysing the position of the sun and determining how accurate this is. Because we actually have no idea how it was put down. Because you run a map, you think, I need to run a line north-south, I'll just use a compass. If you run a compass at one end of the line, it points north is this way. If you stand at the other end of the line, north is that way. Just because of the room and the building and all of the weird things, the metals that are in the building, it doesn't have any of it. So we just don't know how they were set down, because they probably would have been there at the same time. So how accurate is it really? Hopefully very, because otherwise we'd be quite disappointed. But the aim of the project is ultimately to make science accessible to all audiences. Time is a thing that we all live by, we all use every day, and no one ever considers the science of. And it's accessible all over the world. And we're building a website at the moment where, fingers crossed, soon we'll be able to have live, semi-live, based on weather, viewings of the meridian crossing the line. So you'll be able to interact with it from within Nottingham itself, if you're a member of the library, or within anywhere else in the country. And there are 4 other meridian lines in the country, one of which we only discovered last week, while I was at the National Astronomy meeting, and someone went, we have one of these in the middle of my talk. So if we can link up with all of those, we can show that time differs across the country and make it really interactive science for people of all ages. So that's basically it.
That's brilliant, thank you. Are you happy to field your own questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Where are the other meridian lines?
So we know of one in St. Andrews. There's one I found last week for St. Andrews. There's one in Durham, one in Portsmouth, and one in Ramsgate. Obviously the one in Ramsgate would be brilliant because it's so different in time to here. Durham and Portsmouth are on about the same. So they cross it around the same time, but Ramsgate would be different. I mean, Nottingham is 4 minutes and 33 seconds behind Greenwich, and Ramsgate is obviously the other side of London, so the time difference would be quite significant. There are hundreds of meridian lines in Italy, if anyone's interested.
In Italy?
I keep saying to people, I want to go on a tour of meridian lines all over the world. You go, no you don't. But there's hundreds in Italy. They're used a lot in cathedrals and by the Catholic Church to originally determine dates. So they run dates along the line and use it to mark saints' days.
So you need to get a perfect north-south line, which possibly is easier if you've got a wooden building or less metal.
Outside.
And then the thing's got to be directly above.
The aperture has to be completely directly above.
So is that just sort of plumb bomb? Is that, do we know how they do?
So we think it's in a window at the moment. If my little bit of copper is my window. We think that it's been sort of followed straight up the line, but we're not sure. We have there is a plumb bob at one point in the notes, but nobody seems to know anything about where it went or why it's there or where it went after it was installed. There's not really it's all a big mystery. But we could dig through the literature more, but unfortunately I don't think that's part of my project, as much as I'd like it to be.
So why was this thing important? Why did they...
We think that it was used to standardise time for the railways, or part of that might have been the idea initially. It was installed around the same time as the railways in Nottingham. So obviously you can't set a train off from Nottingham, set a train off from London, and just hope they don't crash if the two places have very different times. So railway time came in before Greenwich Mean Time to make sure that all the trains weren't going to crash and no one was going to die. Because nobody wants that. So hopefully we think this was as part of standardising railway time, which is obviously a very important part of life in Nottingham and its development over the years.
So I was going to say, how would they do that? So that tells you the local time.
Yeah.
Presumably then to standardise to somebody else's time, you've got to have very good knowledge of exactly how far east or west.
Yeah.
So
basically, you have to know. So
when there's trig points or something like that, how they put it in a particular place because they knew exactly where that was.
I'm not sure exactly how they standardised it, but I know that in Bromley House there's a big grandfather clock as you come in. There's a huge spiral staircase. It's really beautiful. And there's next to the spiral staircase a grandfather clock with the offsets for Nottingham and then other important cities across the UK. And there's a big thing on the clock that says 4 minutes and 33 seconds behind Greenwich. So they must have known exactly what time. And then obviously you have slight variations for each day as it changes throughout the year. And I'm looking at exactly how much that variation is over the year. Because obviously we can predict it using the equation of time. Which is really fun. But
why does it vary through the year? Is that more spherical?
The equation of time changes because of the obliquity of the ecliptic, which is how tilted the Earth is, and the eccentricity of the Earth's orbit, and they combine to make a pretty nice little wave. It's like a double sine wave, and that's why you get the figure of 8 shape over the year.
So it's exactly the Earth's orbit not being exactly certain.
Question.
I'm intrigued by how are you sort of measuring your accuracy? So you said in your talk that if it's really cloudy for half of the month, then you'll get half as many measures.
Yeah.
So
And the trains will all crash, yeah.
So at the moment, with the data I have, it's been predominantly the last week, 2 weeks. So we've been looking at, we've drawn a nice big grid out, and I've standardised my grid so that I can now apply it to every single measurement I get. I look at the circle and the resolution of my spotlight. So obviously it changes depending on how bright it is. If it's a cloudy day, the intensity of my pixels is considerably less than it is on a really sunny day. So on a cloudy day, it's much harder to determine the edge, and then therefore determine at which point it's actually crossed the line. Because my webcam is so high and my line is so far away, my pixels are only about, my circle is only about 30 to 40 pixels across at most on a good day. On a bad day, like today's measurements, there are 20 pixels across. So I can determine, then I can determine the center point of those pixels. Often there's a patch that is uniformly bright, and I use that to see when it's crossed the line. And then kind of go on from there. Any more?
Are atomic clocks more accurate than sundials?
It depends on your outlook. So atomic clocks are incredibly accurate. We know they don't slow down, we know that they're the same speed up, they're the same all the time. So when you look at, we all know you get leap seconds. So this year just gone, New Year's Eve, there was an extra second. As much as I'd like to say it was because my birthday's New Year's Eve and everyone wanted my birthday to be a little bit longer, it's not actually because of that. It's because something happened and we needed an extra second to fix the time. So that thing that happened could have been that the wind blew more one way that year and speeded up and slowed down the rotation of the Earth. And the way we have to look at this, ultimately it goes back to the sun and how long it takes us to come back round to having the sun in the same place. So you can have something as accurate as an atomic clock and still have to adjust time. So at the end of the day, we started measuring time by the sun and we still need to. It's just slightly more accurate now.